friends with her on Facebook.
Are you on
Man,
any
she must have a lot
medication
of friends because it
still?
was like one after another after
So it's
another.
not the medication that's making you tired. Your body's just saying enough is enough. Leave me alone.
Right.
Well, it
I was
happens.
like, wow, that's a lot
tired.
of.
You look tired. I'm sorry.
catch the poop.
Okay, I was gonna say, you need a diaper or something.
Problem solved.
The,
So, I'm gonna have me a house chicken.
the pantry, that's what. And, yeah, they were taking furniture donations and selling stuff in the shop, and they weren't supposed to do that.
Oh, yeah, that's, Steve told me about that.
Yeah.
That's
She
one
had
of the-
2 holes in her neck,
And just not like they won't.
From the owl.
and it got her top waddle
I
too.
don't see many of them, but I do see a lot of turkey.
She
vultures or
survived.
hawks around, but I haven't seen many.
We have 2 out front by our house, and
That's the whole point.
you can hear them cooing to each other in the morning.
You know, they're.
But yeah, he or she got her right in the neck.
After the meeting, I have a question for you.
Exactly. When we lived in Hot Springs, Arkansas.
She's okay though. Adrian's really good with chicken care. He's the chicken tender.
1 minute.
That's funny.
And we, once a year.
That's what I just gave myself food poisoning with.
Kristen.
It was bound to happen one of these times.
I just realized something, Tom, you and I
Oh
are
goodness.
outnumbered.
Because of what we did.
Yes, we are. That's all right.
He wasn't right that way.
We were there for the community, we didn't charge anything for our visits, nothing, so we got into it.
You said you gave yourself food poisoning with chicken tenders?
Yeah, because I thought, normally chicken nuggets and all that stuff is normally cooked and you frozen, then you short the whip. Oh, this ones are from Sam's Club in Arlington.
Oh,
And all that.
dude.
OMG.
I
I said, how come they canceled your contract? They wanted to raise the rates that they were charging.
You ain't buying those
They had
no
a
more.
contract.
I still have them in the freezer, so yeah.
So I said.
What time is it,
This is
President
stupid, so these.
6:59.
This.
7 o'clock. All right, let's do the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And call the meeting to order and do a roll call, please.
Trustee McMahon?
Here.
Trustee Langsfeld?
Here.
President Big?
Here.
Trustee Agee?
Here.
Trustee Wolford? Here. Trustee Panel? And Tom Green?
Okay, can I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Okay, can I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Now, we have 2 minutes to approve. We have the minutes of the zoning board of appeals from July 23rd. So first, can I have a motion to approve those minutes?
I'll make a motion.
Can I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. And the next one is the business meeting that we had on July 23rd. So can I have a motion to approve those minutes?
I'll make a motion.
Can I have a second, please?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. Before we get into the meeting, I want to let you all know, I went to the zoning board of appeals for Boone County last night concerning this solar project, and make a long story short, they voted 6-0 not to recommend it to the county board. I was a little concerned because it turned out that this project, as it stands, was already approved in 2018, okay? But they didn't win the lottery, so it didn't go through. I had no idea that it was approved already. So they had to come back and obviously reapply. So I was there, a couple of other residents were there. They showed up with the same entourage that they had here, plus they had a pretty high-powered attorney, okay? And he started getting into a lot of details, and it was like 2.5-hour meeting. And, but the bottom line is, they all voted no, so it's not done yet. The county board can still go ahead with it without a recommendation from the zoning board of appeals. The likelihood of that, I hope, is not great. But I'm gonna attend that meeting when it happens too, just to make sure that we cover our bases, okay?
Is there anything we can do if they do that?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, I see it happen, it's not unusual for a recommendation to come, to fail to come out of a committee, but then the board goes ahead and does it. More often, they follow the recommendation.
Okay.
Okay,
But it's not a
so
1 in a million.
I pointed out that the village is not anti-solar. I mean, we've got a 450 kV operation, and we got roof-mounted arrays all over the place, and we actually did approve that process down by you for them to put solar in, and I
Right.
pointed it out to them that maybe they should go take a look at that piece of property, okay, because that guy's willing to do it, and so are we, okay? But, the only nasty comment I got was from the people that own the property, okay? And I understand, you know, economically, they make pretty good buck off of that, but I didn't want them to make it off the backs of the people that live in this
They don't
town,
want it.
so.
Yeah.
I felt like that was my job, that's our job, so
Yes.
that's what I did. So, yeah, it was good news last night.
Okay, that's good, thank
All right.
you.
Any public comments?
No, you gotta do bills.
Do the bills.
Oh, I gotta do the bills first. Well, let's do the bills. Okay, all right. Testing, $91 water testing, $140 water testing, $390 water testing, $174 sewer testing, MediaCom, $531.62, Gale Mine for electrical inspection, $190. We got the 2 new blowers for the sewer plant that we had approved, $16,172. Strand Engineering, $202.14, and $3446.63, and that was on the task order number 1, which is I think the well rehab that we're working on. And then a collection study for $3740, which was another thing we have to do for the government. NICOR, $4713, $150.77, and $44.43. ComEd, $2616, $1125.16, $187.27, and $1635.89, and $1090.65, and $58.57. And I want you to note on here that there is no bill for Worcester Street anymore from ComEd, because we're paying Keystone Power directly. And we paid that the last meeting, which was like $3,300. So we're saving pretty close to $1,500 a month on that operation. Core and Main, operating supplies, $20.50. And again, $205. Ace Hardware, $99.99, and $37.70, and $18.58. Our accounting service, $48.28.50. A lot of that had to do with the audit that we had. Hawken Chemicals, $367.15. USA Blue Book, $219, and $185.04. And Menards and McChesney, $16.47. So the total's $37,470.85, of which $74,46.72 will come out of the general fund, and $30,024.13 will come out of water and sewer. Are there any questions? Can I have a motion to approve the bills?
I'll make a motion to approve the bills.
Can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, roll call, please.
Trustee McMahon?
Here.
Trustee Leeswell?
Aye.
President Bain?
Aye.
Trustee AG?
Aye.
Trustee Wolford?
Aye.
Trustee Pennell?
Okay, motion passes. Okay, next, now, public comments? Yep.
I noticed you didn't, her name just escaped me right now, but where's the woman, the trustee that sat over there?
I was gonna go over that.
Okay.
Okay, I just want to get you out of the way first, okay?
All right.
Patricia has decided to move back to Mexico,
Okay.
so she's not coming back. So we have an open trustee position again, so we need somebody to step up to the plate and let us appoint them to the position. And again, it's only till April 1st. And then if you want to continue, you would have to run for office. And speaking of running for office, we are officially in election season. You can now distribute your ballot petitions to get your signatures. And we got that all straightened out. We know how many signatures you got to get, etc. Make sure if you get signatures, they're over 18, they are a resident of Capron, and they are a registered voter. Those are the requirements. Otherwise, you may lose some signatures and then not get on the ballot. So that's the circumstance. You've got between now and November 12th to get all your signatures and get them into the village clerk for certification before they go to the Boone County clerk for ballot authorization. okay?
Okay.
So anybody out there who wants to do this, fine. We still are in need of volunteers for the fire department. This is a critical item. And I wish that we would have some people step up to this before something dire happens to our fire department. I really don't want to see it, even a partial shutdown of that system, because it's going to affect everybody that lives in town. So we need a few people to volunteer.
They just
Please
got a new
contact-
fire truck too, that was really nice.
Yeah, please contact Crystal or the fire department, and we'll get you where you need to go, okay? All right, next is the annual audit report. We went over the audit report at the last meeting, but basically I need to approve it so I can sign it and get it back to them. And then they've got to do an annual report to the state of Illinois. So I need a motion to approve the annual audit.
I'll second it.
Okay, and a second? Okay, and have a roll call, please.
Sure, trustee McMahon?
Aye.
Trustee Lanzel?
Aye.
President Bing?
Aye.
Trustee AG?
Aye.
Trustee Wolford?
Aye.
And trustee Panel?
Okay, good. Motion passes. Next, we have a tree on Fifth Street. And I talked a little bit about this with Tom here at the last meeting. It's encroaching on this gentleman's roof, and we need to take it down. Not the tree, but we need to trim it back. And I asked Mike, our Public Works employee, to go over and take a look at it, see if it's something we can handle. And he said we need to get somebody in to take care of that. So I'm gonna get the same tree service we use and I'll get him some pictures, and he'll get us a quote to tell us what we gotta do to take care of that tree.
Okay.
Okay? Next is the new business Lucky Corner Bar and Grill. They're not here tonight, which is okay, they were here the last time. Basically, we need to approve the business license, we all know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a bar and grill, okay? They've got their application here and their alcohol permit. We have to approve this before they can get their state permit for alcohol. So we modified this thing to, got a series of questions that they have to answer and sign off on. That's what the second page of this is, okay? And basically, I need a motion to approve this.
I make a motion to approve it.
Okay, can I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, we'll let them know that they can open their business. Next is the business application for the Capron General Store. The proprietors happen to be here again this evening, okay? And I'm not gonna go over everything, this is basically gonna be a dry goods store. They're not gonna be selling alcohol or stuff like that, okay? I need a motion to approve this business license.
I'll make a motion.
Can I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. All right, good, excellent. All right, the next question on here is, Mr. Davis was in here the last meeting because he had a serious water issue with one of his tenants. So he got a $1,377 water bill. Crystal printed out what the attachments are of what the previous water bills have been. And the highest bill that I can see here is like $175 or something, and all of a sudden we got one that's $1,375. So they found the problem, they fixed the problem. We had Jason go over there and do an interim reading on their water meter to make sure that the problem has been solved. And it appears it has, they're back down to a normal level of usage. So my recommendation to this is, and this is a one-time only, okay, is to, because this was just clean water going through the system, that I would recommend that we refund him or discount the sewer side or the wastewater side of the bill, which is $524, which would leave him $851.69 to pay. I think that's the best we can do, and just making that recommendation. So I need a motion,
I'll make a motion for it.
okay? Can I have a second? Nobody wants to second it. Okay, well then, we'll have
That's
to let
fine.
them know.
We'll let them know.
Okay. All right, next is trustee McMahon, you got anything?
No, I
All
don't.
right. Trustee Lacewell? No, okay. Well, you've got the I'll do the financial report, okay? Our treasurer's report shows that our general fund has a balance of $1,191,915.88. Our MFT fund has $100,389.83, which is down because we just paid the $125,000 to pave the streets that we did this year. The water fund has $561,529.43. Now, this is the first report, this is for the end of July, so this is the financial report basically for the first quarter of our fiscal year. So what I'm gonna do is come down here and look at total revenue under the administration. And the budget was for $560,600, and the computer estimates we're gonna end up with $774,056. Don't pay much attention to that because there are a lot of one-time payments for like sales taxes and real estate taxes that we don't get every month. So it's an inflated number, and that number, like it always does, will come back down into play, okay? Salary for our elected officials, we budgeted $41,400, and the computer says we're gonna end up at $10,800. That's not gonna happen either, okay? So all those will balance out. On administrative expenses, total, we have a budget of $257,400, and the computer estimates will end up at $282,545.04. Again, we've got some things that we did in here that were one-time expenses, and these numbers, they're not that far off now, but they'll get better looking as the year progresses. Under our streets or public works, we had budgeted $125,300, and the computer says we'll end up with $83,945.32. So that looks pretty good. Under our MFT, we estimated a total revenue of $57,500. The computer says we will end up at $64,729.36. Under expenses, we budgeted $125,000, which we paid. The computer says we're gonna owe $500. We all know that's not gonna happen, okay? Because we're only gonna pay a one-time expense. Moving on, under water and sewer, total revenue, we estimated $660,500. Computer estimates will end up at $676,156.76. Under water expenses, we budgeted $388,000, and the computer estimates we'll get $503,861.32. Again, there's a number of one-time expenses in here, like the 16 grand we just spent. So it's all should come back, and if it doesn't, we'll do a reconciliation. Under sewer, we budgeted $304,500. The computer's knocking out a number of $392,211.60. Okay, and that's pretty much the financial report. So some things look a little out of whack right now, but they always do at the beginning of the year. So we'll take a look at it as the year goes on. Glenn's not here, so I'm going to do the water report. They located all the service lines and the severely damaged water main shutoffs are in process. They received the blowers for the water treatment plant. They're gonna get an installation date. This shouldn't be too long. And currently, they're doing bids for rewiring the VFDs. I'll explain what the VFDs are. These are velocity devices that they're almost like circuit breakers. When the pumps turn on at the lift station, the amount of flow that's going through regulates the amount of amperage that it pulls. But because these things don't work, the pumps run at 100%. Either they're on all the way or they're off all the way. There's no ramping up and ramping down, which is causing major problems with the pumps and the wiring and everything else. So we're getting through bids to see what we're gonna do to rewire these and replace the VFDs to make sure that these pumps operate properly and they last the amount of time they're supposed to, because they're not cheap. And this is just another way, another maintenance process that we have to go through. So keeping an eye on this, we got one bid so far, and I'm working on a couple of others. We got a couple of bids also, just to let you know, we got the bids on the rehabilitation on wall number 2, and everything that we see is gonna be okay. We got a bid that's in budget actually, so we'll be working on that next month, okay? And that's what we got. So anybody got anything else? Okay, can I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Can I have a second?
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you, folks.